Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today we're going to talk about the inflation again. As I mentioned yesterday, in the past few days, the inflation is going high. So basically, they say the inflation is 8.1. I think they're lying. I think there's more to it. Some people say it's 10%. Some people say 12%. Some people say 13%. Some people say 17%. But at this point, I think they are lying at this point. But they're trying to cover up for people not to panic because they know if they say 10 or 13%, people are gonna sell and the market crash gonna happen. They're trying to slowly to break the market down and to control the mass. As you all know, Nasdaq already dropped for the past few days, and it's trying to go up from over the weekend, the Memorial Day weekend. And today you see the Nasdaq drop. Now you're gonna talk about the 10-year Treasury year, as you can see from facts. So let's go into the video.
I'll repeat the question. Do you think we're going to get to 10% consumer price inflation this summer? Not 10%?
No, I don't. I actually think we're going to be somewhere in the 6 to 7% range for inflation, which means I think we've plateaued.
Well, that I don't believe it, because what happened is, if you think about it, if everything's rising, your gas price is rising, your food is rising, your rent is rising, other supplies are rising. How you think it's gonna reduce? It doesn't make no sense that to reduce. Even they're trying to reduce the timesheet, is not only one section, it's globally. So that's why you see, as you can see in the market, the Dow future is down to 187 point, because what happened is inflation is real and people start noticing that they are hiding the truth and trying to make you believe otherwise. And this is what they do. They preach you on that the inflation is gonna be is not gonna stay for long, and now you invest on believing the market gonna go bullish, and then when you buy option call, and next thing you know, the market is down, and then you wonder what happened. This is how they make their money. This is why every year the poor get poorer and the rich get richer, because they want the market to be red, but they preach the market to be green. You got to pay attention to that and be careful.
And I think it might actually come down a little bit. And the reason is I'm looking at the money supply, Stuart, and the amount of money that the Fed is flushing into the economy has slowed a little bit. And ultimately, I do think that's going to mean a little bit of relief from inflation, but I think we're still looking at inflation at 30 to 40-year highs.
Do I have a question about that? If you say it's gonna be a little bit, so that's mean that how low was it? How high was it? Because what happened is, at that point, 8.1 doesn't feel like 8% inflation. It doesn't feel like it. And then you saying that the money printing, that's you're gonna print more money. More money you plan to print is causing more inflation and higher risk, because at one point the bank gonna ask for the return of the money, and next thing you know, none of you can return that money, and next thing you know, the bubble busted. And this is the part that we are in right now. People, they make you believe that the inflation is gonna be going lower, but it never tell you the right amount or how high the inflation is. Some other country in Europe, they tell the truth. For example, the inflation is at 70%, 80%. I totally believe them, because this is more likely feel like it. Even though probably more like 100%, 20%, 120, but they tell you 80%, which is kind of like give and take. But here inflation probably like 17%, but they tell you is 8.3%. That's a unjustified to tell that the market is still gonna be bullish, because I was bullish over the weekend because of the Fed, they planning to reduce the sheet and everything. But now I'm starting to do my research. I figured that they're trying to cover up for themselves, because there's another crisis going on that they don't want to tell you about. And even people are not even selling their home right now. They're trying to protect on whatever they have, not to travel the gas. And then they expect for another heat. Remember, summer is about to come, and then when the summer come, you expect the gas gonna be rise again. So a lot of people are expecting inflation to go higher, and then every time they're gonna change their speech, and every time you guys gonna have to face the consequences. And then they're making money out of you, because now you're gonna say it's rock pool. No, it's not rock pool. It's well planned ahead. They tell you something to believe, because they're trying to control the population for you to not go to panic, because when the population go panic, the market go crash, and then they make profit of you, take your little salary you have by believing the market can be bullish.
And until we get this spending under control in Washington and this debt under control, I think you're going to see another 18 months or so of very high prices, but not 10%.
So you're saying 18-month high, but you're saying they're gonna reduce a little. So that's mean the inflation is gonna be like for at least for 18 months. So the inflation not here to go. The inflation is here to stay for a while. So 18 months right in June, you're talking about 2024. So 2020 being 2023, 2024. So basically that's 18 months. So you're telling me now the inflation is gonna go lower. So you just being dishonest right now. So that's why I tell people, be careful. Don't go by the news. Look for information and look for what happened. The inflation is higher than 40 years high. So that means there's something wrong. That means you shouldn't believe whatever they said. So sometimes there's good news going on. You should go with the flow, whatever the news is. That's what depends on the news that's being spread. But when you look at even the investors are worried and then they feel like someone is lying, there's something like something's not right, this is not the time you gotta sit back and say, oh no, wait a minute, I had to do something. I'm not gonna listen what they said, but I gotta find something. And also that if you have $100 invested and then you ready to invest, don't invest all the $100. Invest $20. If you invest $20 or $10, if the market go down or go up, if go up, you can always invest more. But my point is that I believe now in the bearish market for this week, for today, from yesterday and today. I believe in the bearish market, and that's why I'm telling people that to go short it. Yesterday I mentioned to short the market yesterday, and then in today, as you can see, the market sharp. As you can see, those could drop to 176, SP500 18 point, and you can see Nasdaq 8 points. So like I said yesterday, I would believe in the short market, because what happened is Power never had a specific agenda for it, and when he made into to Biden yesterday and today, they keep going. They haven't really a strong idea how to tackle it. Some people say higher rate. I understand higher rate, but the thing is higher rate causing everything could go even higher, and then your pay rate, your pay job, your salary doesn't increase as fast as the rate. So basically, you feel like spending more instead of getting more money. So they believe the market is booming, and then if you usually have $20 to invest, now you end up having $5. So I don't believe that fair, and then you should protect your portfolio. That's why they rely on your money to make the market grow. They rely on your lack of knowledge and lack of resources for them to grow their portfolio. And guys, this is my video intake for that. And then let's find out what the SP500 is doing right now. As you can see, SP500. So you should be able to see what's going on. Yesterday was at 413, 416 yesterday. As you can see, 416 was yesterday, and then today we're gonna refresh to see what's gonna happen in the market. To right now is a 407, so that's crazy. As you can see, SPX 48 and stuff like that, X. So basically, this is what happened. So they tell you they're gonna short the timesheet, and then people are panicking because when they release the new data, they say inflation, but everything else is rising, and then boom, SP500 falls 7. And now the question is, what is there any lie between it? It's up to you to judge. It's up to you to find out. It's up to you to do your researches and then find the accurate information. But at this point, you should know that it doesn't make sense, because everything goes high. When everything goes high, that means somebody's lying between the line. And guys, this was Master Student 101. I hope you guys made money today on option put, and like I mentioned yesterday, and today I believe in option put. I don't know what's gonna happen tonight, or what's the Fed gonna come up with, but I believe today is the first day they're gonna start doing with the balance sheet. They haven't said how low they're gonna reduce it, or it's gonna be reducing at all. So we're gonna hear from the news. But for now, Biden doesn't have a strong leadership to tell you that this is how they tackle inflation, but they keep saying that they respect Powell reasoning and respect Powell action. So let's say, I think at this point SP500 gonna go to 405 or 400. So trade safe everyone, and then I'll see you next one. And please subscribe, smash the like button. I'll be glad. I appreciate it.